Three cities, namely the City of London, Vatican City, and Washington, D.C., control the world. These cities operate independently, not being accountable to the countries in which they are geographically located. They have their own laws, tax exemptions, police forces, and flags representing their independence. However, while Vatican City is recognized as an independent sovereign state, the City of London and Washington, D.C. are not officially acknowledged as such. These cities are often associated with different aspects of Illuminati power, including financial, City of London, spiritual, Vatican, and military, Washington, D.C. Collectively, these cities are believed to exercise control over various aspects of society, including politicians, courts, educational institutions, food supply, natural resources, foreign policies, economies, media, and a significant portion of global wealth, estimated at around 80% of the world's total. Their ultimate goal is to establish global totalitarian rule, dividing people into rulers and the ruled, after reducing the global population to a level that they can easily manage. In addition, they exert influence over various societies and groups to ensure their global plan goes uncontested. One influential entity is the Fabian Society, founded in 1887, which combines elements of fascism, Nazism, Marxism, and communism. It is believed to have played a significant role in creating communist China, fascism in Italy and Germany, and promoting socialism globally. The Fabian Society's involvement in shaping policies for decolonized British Empire nations also becomes apparent. The communist takeover of Russia is said to have been financed by the City of London banking families, associated with the Fabian Society. A closer examination of entities like the Bank of International Settlements, BIS, International Monetary Fund, IMF, Club of Rome, the Committee of 300, the Central Intelligence Agency, CIA, the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, the Bilderberg Group, the Federal Reserve System, the Internal Revenue Service, IRS, Goldman Sachs, Israel and the Israeli Lobby, the Vatican, the City of London, Brussels, the United Nations, the Israeli Mossad, and the Associated Press, AP. Reveals their affiliation with the Fabian Society, which also exercises control over the European Union. Each of these city-states features large phallic-shaped stone monuments called obelisks, which serve as symbols and connect to the Illuminati's association with ancient Egyptian mystery schools. The City of London has a long history, predating the establishment of the United Kingdom, dating back to the Roman era. It is often referred to as the Crown, although it does not represent the British royalty. This explains why Buckingham Palace is situated in London but not within the City of London. The City of London is controlled by the privately owned Bank of England, which was acquired by the Rothschild family in 1812. It exercises significant influence over various entities and institutions, including mayors, councils, regional councils, multinational and transnational banks, corporations, and judicial systems such as the Old Bailey, Temple Bar, and the Royal Courts of Justice in London. It is also believed to extend its reach to international financial institutions like the IMF, World Bank, the Vatican Bank through its subsidiary N.M. Rothschild & Sons London Italian subsidiary Torlonia, the European Central Bank, the United States Federal Reserve, which is claimed to be privately owned and secretly controlled by 8 British-controlled shareholding banks, the Bank for International Settlements in Switzerland, which oversees reserve banks worldwide and is allegedly British controlled, as well as the European Union and the United Nations Organization. The Crown governs the Commonwealth countries and holds influence over several non-Commonwealth nations, including Greece, which some claim effectively means privately owning the world. Within the City of London, the Cleopatra Needle, an obelisk originally from the Egyptian city of On, Heliopolis, stands along the Thames. It is accompanied by 2 sphinxes serving as guardians. To distinguish the City of London from Greater London, boundary markers with the city's emblem and dragon boundary marks are placed at significant entrances like Holborn. A more notable monument, Temple Bar, located on Fleet Street, is another significant entry point. Dragons, along with serpents and snakes, are symbols often associated with the Illuminati. Vatican City, considered the last vestige of the Roman Empire, exists as a distinct entity separate from Italy and Rome. The Vatican is reputed to possess considerable wealth, including investments in various countries alongside the Rothschilds in Britain, France, and the United States. It is believed that a significant portion of its billions is stored in the Bank of England and the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank, which are controlled by the Rothschilds. The Vatican obelisk is prominently located in St. Peter's Square and was relocated from Egypt in 1586. There are reports suggesting the existence of a secret circular room within the Vatican's premises. This room is said to contain 13 chambers, accessible through a hidden door concealed behind a painting. Each chamber supposedly leads to a separate catacomb where mummified bodies are placed in front of doorways. Furthermore, controversial claims suggest that the induction ceremonies for new members of the Illuminati involve the sacrificial killing of young children. Additionally, the Vatican houses the Vatican Secret Archives, now known as the Vatican Apostolic Archive from October 2019 onwards. These archives are adjacent to the Vatican Library and are accessible to qualified scholars conducting scientific research. However, access to information requires a specific request for a particular book or document. Researchers must specify exactly what they are seeking, as browsing or casually exploring the archives is not permitted. The contents of these archives are undisclosed to the general public, fueling conspiracy theories surrounding topics like UFOs, extraterrestrials, the final secret of Fatima, and even the alleged missing chronovisor, a device claimed to be constructed by Father Pellegrino Maria Ernetti for viewing past and future events. Washington, D.C., recognized as the District of Columbia and not considered part of the USA, encompasses a 10-square-mile area and possesses its own flag and independent constitution. The D.C. Constitution operates under Lex Fori, a Roman law often deemed tyrannical, which distinguishes it from the American Constitution. The Act of 1871 established a separate corporate entity called the United States, thereby creating a corporate government for the District of Columbia. The flag of Washington's District of Columbia features 3 red stars symbolizing D.C., Vatican City, and the City of London. In 1913, the Federal Reserve Act facilitated the transfer of America's gold and silver reserves, as well as control over its economy, to the Rothschild banking interests. The Federal Reserve, being a privately owned banking system, is not owned by America or its citizens. The U.S. President serves as a mere figurehead for central bankers and transnational corporations, controlled by Freemasonry based in the City of London. The obelisk located in Washington, D.C., known as the Washington Monument, was dedicated to George Washington in 1848 by the secretive Freemason Grand Lodge of the District of Columbia. The monument is oriented to face the 4 cardinal directions and incorporates measurements associated with the number 666. For instance, at ground level, each side of the monument measures 55.5 feet, which is equivalent to 666 inches. The height of the obelisk is 555.5 feet, which amounts to 6,666 inches. Adjacent to the White House and directly south of the Washington Monument is the House of the Temple, serving as the headquarters of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Additionally, the Pentagon building bears a distinctive 5-sided pentagram shape, which is another symbol associated with the Illuminati. On top of the Capitol building, the Lady Libertas resembles the Egyptian goddess, Isis. Guarding the entrance is a male pagan god, said to be either Nimrod, Baal, Mars, or Osiris. Within the Smithsonian Museum of American History, it is claimed that the statue of Washington resembles the statue of Zeus at Olympia while looking suspiciously like the pagan god Baphomet. Furthermore, when viewed from above, the layout of the Washington, D.C. Mall allegedly forms the shape of an owl, which represents the demoness Lilith and is regarded as a symbol of the Illuminati. The streets in Washington, D.C. are said to follow a pattern resembling a Templar cross.